Hello guys, VSIC here. And while I was at it, I decided to make this video. And it's because of, I would say, a good number of people lately that have been complaining about how, because of this predicament, I can't get into a relationship, or because of this, I can't get into a relationship, or, because of that, I can't get into a relationship. And I've got to say, I've been getting that so much lately. And I would say most recently, I got it from a so-called incel, I guess you might say. Now, I don't know why society teaches these things to people, and it's not just incels. They always just teach people, because of this and that, you didn't get into a relationship, or there's something wrong with you, and that's why you're not in a relationship or something. But the truth is, it's pretty much everybody. And I'll just kind of read the comment here. Incels keep repeating over and over again that they just want a normal, loving relationship but are unable to. But people just won't stop framing incels as sex-hungry murderers for some reason. Whatever. And that's what he, of course, posted in my video. And I just replied back to him. I don't think that all incels are murderers. However, most of the time, I see them complain about being a virgin, and I'm letting any incel know to not worry about it. Their time for sex will or might come, and that they are more. There's more important things to worry about, really. People, I mean, by the way, if you are having trouble looking for a relationship, this isn't special to the incel group. It's just life. Good luck. I mean, just in general, it's hard finding like a decent or say decent relationship. It really is. It's not special to the incel group, whether it's for incels, whether it's because you think you're having a hard time getting laid, or if you know it's just hard in general finding a relationship. I even had to talk with this about my gay stepbrother when we were talking about it together, and he was talking about that for a bit. But he also talked about how he could just go out to some bar and just get some guy, which made me laugh. But then he said, of course, but then it's like I'm having such a hard time finding a relationship. And it said, to him that lots of people, just in general, not just the gay community, but in general, lots of people are either worried about how good you are in bed or how much money you have in your bank accounts. And that's really it. That's really it when it comes to younger adults. And maybe once you kind of start getting into your 30s and 40s, nowadays, people maybe will start to think about getting married more often. But for the most part, that's just what the younger generation worries about, is just how much money you have in your bank accounts and whether you're good in bed, and that's it. But I would say 80% of the time it's just sex, let me tell you. Well, and sometimes they might stick around with you a bit longer because if you're out, how should I say, a nice lay. But the relationships just never last when you're younger, and that's why when it kind of came to that time, and I kind of got to that point of my age and sex life, I was just like, you know what? Instead of just doing the same thing that all these other kids are doing, and younger adults that were my age at the time, because I saw what they were doing just was not fucking working. And so it's just like, well, if it doesn't fucking work, then why fucking do it? So I just I just kind of did whatever else. I looked for newer options, and obviously one of those options was to get a love doll, because I just didn't want to deal with some of the shit that I was seeing. I mean, etc. And just like recently, I had the transgender person come up to me and say, because I am a transgender, I'm having a hard time finding a relationship. and it's just like, oh, it's okay, it's with everybody. And even with myself growing up, like, oh my God, I seriously cannot find hardly any women that were either, I hate to say, intelligent enough to be in a relationship, or sometimes other things. I mean, there was maybe some women that I met at work that were actually just fine, but we just didn't really have the same lifestyle. Either they were too old fashioned, or we just again didn't have the same lifestyle. We didn't have enough, you know, life qualities that were the same, etc. I mean, it really is hard to find the right person. Just, I would say for a lot of people, it really is, if not pretty much everybody. And to think, you can't just go on one date normally and just, it's like, oh, you're the right one and that's it. We could skip dating like 30 other people until I maybe find the right person if I'm lucky. You know what I mean? I mean, you're more than likely going to go through, I'd say, more like 100 people before you maybe find the right person to be in a relationship, and even then, there's a chance that that relationship isn't going to last forever or even long term. The average relationship lasts like what, 4 or 5 years nowadays. I mean, that's just average. I mean, if you keep on trying, you might eventually find somebody. So don't. I'm not saying give up, but I'm just saying, man, it's not really easy finding anyone. And again, for any insults that are listening to this, if you're actually looking for a relationship, well, you're gonna have to put on the seatbelt because it's gonna be a long fucking ride to that relationship. Of course, that being said, I guess I'll just end this video. And again, don't let people tell you that there's something wrong with you and that's why you're not in a relationship yet. Like, come on. I mean, there might be some things that you might need to change or do differently, but never just let people just say there's something wrong with you like that. That's just childish and dumb. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.